back at the bottom of the hour. The great Jay Williams in our studio, and we're shooting the J. JWill looking ahead to the finals. Who is the better defender once and for all, Marcus Smart or Draymond Green?
Well, the better defender needs to be Marcus Smart, and he needs to be the best player on the floor, and this is what I mean by that for him. He spearheads their defense. He will have the ultimate check of guarding Steph Curry, stops him from being a momentum-like player. And then offensively for the Boston Celtics, when they are loose with the ball, you need a guy like Marcus Smart to control the tempo and the pace of the game and initiate the offense. He is the most important player on the court for the Celtics.
That's fascinating. Meanwhile, who's got the better wingman between the two stars in this series, Jaylen Brown or Klay Thompson?
I'm going to go Jaylen Brown. Now, Klay Thompson is a very special player. I do think he's lost a step slightly from his multiple injuries he's had. But don't get it twisted. We always talk about Jason Tatum being that superstar elite player for the Celtics. Jaylen Brown is similarly the superstar player for the Celtics as much as Jason Tatum is.
Yeah, it is a 1-2 punch.
Yes, it is.
There, I agree with you.
Or a 1-1 punch.
Finally, Steph Curry is the favorite to win Finals MVP. Is he your pick?
I'll probably end up going with Andrew Wiggins just because I know the role that he's going to have to take guarding Jason Tatum and defensively what he brings to the table and also the continuity. There'll be so much attention on Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson. Guys like Jordan Poole or Wiggins will get an opportunity to knock down a lot of shots from the outside.
Well, let's talk about that one for a second. Now, remind everyone, because it feels like a very long time ago, Andrew Wiggins started the All-Star game. So that is not a far-fetched idea. And I love giving the fans something to watch for in this series, something very specific. What are you telling us Andrew Wiggins' role is going to be, in your view, that is so important? Very
similar to the role that he's taken over the last multiple series in the likes of guarding Devin Booker and the likes of guarding Luka Doncic, defensively being active on Jason Tatum, look, the one thing, remember when Jason Tatum was doing a lot of the stuff with Kobe Bryant in detail, and a lot of stuff around Boston around that time was Jason Tatum taking a lot of off-balance, isolated type of shots. So for me, when things get difficult, if he can't get the ball in rhythm, making him a one-on-one isolated player against Andrew Wiggins and the length that he brings to the table defensively will be a win for the Golden State Warriors because it takes Boston out of their continuity in what they run offensively.
That's fascinating to me because I think my expectation is that we would see a lot of Draymond on Jason Tatum in this series.
You'll see a multitude of different looks.
All right, fair enough. That's interesting. All right, let's jump then to the question that's on the screen. So Steph Curry, we all understand he is maybe as beloved a player as we've had in the league in generations and is clearly an all-time great. But if he wins another championship, that's 4. That's a big number. If he finally gets a Finals MVP, what would those things do for his legacy?
I am with Draymond Green all the way on this one, Greeny. I don't think a Finals MVP cements his legacy. It's a talking topic that I think you'll hear a lot of media always speculate because it's something that he doesn't have. But if he wins a 4th championship, and I can also make the case that it may not, he was the best player on the court on the championship team in 2015, even though I know Iguodala got it. But you don't get the spacing on this floor for a guy like Wiggins or Jordan Poole or Klay to operate if you don't have the attention on Stephen Curry 24/7, 365. He is the one that makes this offensive continuity work because of his ability to stretch the defense out and expand people to open up lanes for people to attack.
Understood. I don't think anyone's questioning that. I guess the question is, does he start tipping his way into the sort of rarefied air that a lot of older fans, I guess like myself, people who follow the sport for a long time, have been hesitant to do? And that is because his game is so unique, because he does something that is so different from what we've seen others do. He doesn't play like or look like Magic Johnson or guys like that.
He looks like the guy walking down the street in New York City.
To some degree,
yes.
Yeah. But, oh, by the way, maybe he's one of the 10 best players that ever lived. That's what I'm trying to get at.
I've said this, and I'll say it again. When it's all said and done, he's going to be a top 10 greatest player of all time. He's going to be in that conversation. He is the best shooter that we've had in the history of the game. His handle right now is top 2, top 3 in the league. You can make case top 2 between him and Kyrie Irving. Pick one on what you want. And then he's revolutionized the game of basketball, Greeny. You have kids in parks shooting the ball from half court. That's never been a thing. And he does it at an exceptionally efficient rate. So when it's all said and done, I'll say this, even if he doesn't win another championship, I think he'll finish top 10.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.